Yo, what's going on? It's
Welcome
Trippy From
aboard.
Da Crib in Chicago. We have the L
In the direction of
Podcast.
travel, doors open on the left.
Yep.
Hi, and welcome to the L Podcast. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode. You already know how we do. We got a special guest on the show. His name is Trippy. Now, before we get started, I was asking him, I'm like, so how do you want me to introduce you? Because he does so much, everyone. He's like a producer, he's an engineer, he's a comedian. So I'm going to just let him introduce himself on what you think your title should be on the show.
Well, I'm Trippy From Da Crib. The title is entertainment.
Okay.
It could be anything from movies, TV, music, art, fashion, anything. I do it all. I got pieces of it everywhere.
Okay, thank you so much. So, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm a little bit zooted, just a little bit, not much, but I'm cool. I'm chilling. I like being here. I'm glad y'all got me up in here.
Thank
the
you
L
so
Podcast.
Yes, thank you so much for being here.
No
All
problem.
right. So my first question is, what made you start your career in producing and engineering?
Like I said, I always wanted to be in. I'm an entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Entertainment person, and no matter what, I always wanted to just be in entertainment. The best way I seen doing it was the first wave would be music. It's the easiest at the time. It was the easiest during that time when I first started. They had a lot of pirated programs, a lot of access things that cost millions to thousands of dollars that a 14, 15-year-old kid can't afford was easy to grab off a computer if you just know how to move and finesse certain things. And now you have it on your computer and you can just learn it from there. I have no teacher with that. I just got the program and messed with it over and over and over and over again. And from there, just got better and better at it and, here with it today.
What you go through? You did it through After School Matters?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Like, in all honesty, I'm self-taught. I have a few friends who are self-taught, and we all just came together in our self-taughtness and taught each other whatever techniques that we learned between, how we were going about it. I make a certain style of beat. This friend makes a certain style of beat, but it wasn't created the same way. We don't know the same things because we took different times and different, I guess, ways of learning how to maneuver those programs. So if I learn how to do, let's say I want to chop a sample, make a sample beat, and this person doesn't, I can show them this way, this technique of doing this, and they can show me how to mix my 808s or how to just, a different technique, you know what I'm saying? And in doing that with different people who's all trying to do the same thing, it gets better and better, and you add more and more to your repertoire, to your technique, and it develops into what is you. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, that's great. So what I hear that you say that you self-taught. So how much money you think you had to spend? Or let's put it like this. How much money you say you think you had to invest before you seen your money come back to you?
Oh, well over $10,000. Yes, I got the programs free at first, but no one took me seriously until I invested into myself. So, like I said, I had the programs for free or whatnot, but that's not all that comes with it. You got to buy hardware equipment. You got to buy microphones. You got to buy headsets. You got to buy programs. You got to buy just anything that will help you create. And the more I bought, the more I used it, the more I learned how to use it. People start to take notice. People start to listen. People are listening to what's going on and be like, man, can you make that for me? Or, shoot, you made that for you? I didn't think that was possible at people our age or in this area. I didn't know it was going down like that. I didn't know you took this that seriously,
What was your network strategy? Like, how did you get out to people for them to...
To hear anything?
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't necessarily a strategy. It's anybody who's willing to listen,
Okay.
Some people want to listen more than others. Some people don't care, and just not focusing on ones who don't care. Just if you want to keep working, and we can keep working, or you want to listen, here, have a copy of this. So I have, you know what I'm saying? This is where you can find my music. This is where you can find my material, and really just keeping up with the times as well. Cause like a lot of people make music, but a lot of people at the time weren't internet savvy. So coming up, you know, we got different things: MySpace, Facebooks, SoundClouds, all those programs, all those different websites and whatnot, and learning and figuring out what works for me. Not everything works for everybody. Some people work this website better and took off using that. Other people used just word of mouth. And with me, it's a combination of word of mouth plus getting out and doing different events like beat battles. You know what I'm saying? Beat battles, we just play a beat. Whose beat is better? That person goes on to the next round, and until there's the top person of that night, and then networking with all those people who are making beats and finding out how they did that. How did they beat me with that sound, or how did I beat them with this sound? You know what I'm saying? Just really
Growth.
networking, growth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So what kept you motivated through like your trials and tribulations? What kept you motivated to keep going?
I've always seen myself in one of two places: in the front or in the back. So I'm either gonna be on that stage giving y'all, whether it's jokes or comedy, it's music, acting, whatever the case may be, you're going to see me. I see myself already right there. I see myself in the biggest arenas, in arenas that you couldn't even imagine. If we could set up something in the Grand Canyon, I'll be the top of that, and everybody be down there, and I'll be all up in everybody's face, like, what's going on, singing the songs. You know, I always see myself that way. And if it's not that, I've always seen myself behind the scenes. Hey, move that right there. Make it bigger right here. We need fireworks over there. Why is her eyelash off? You know what I'm saying? Things like that. It's like I've always seen myself being able to at the top
Okay.
of whatever it is I knew I was gonna do. Since I was a kid, I was like, whatever I do, I'm gonna be the best at it. I might not be there tomorrow. I might not be there in 10 years, but I'm gonna be the best regardless.
So do you feel like anyone influenced you to think like that, or you just naturally was like, you know what? Or did you have anybody that inspired you?
Yeah, I'm inspired by all the greats. As far as I'm the Timberlands, the Busta Rhymes, the people that we knew and grew up off music of. Those are regular influences that a lot of people have, but also my family. My family is quite unique. They've all attempted entertainment in their own ways and back in the days and whatnot, and also even negative stuff. You know what I'm saying? Watching people trying to do stuff or going about it an ugly way or a way that I don't see fit. You know what I'm saying? So I know what not to do. You know what I mean? And the influence comes just I take influence from everything. Like, even us in this room right now, the way I'm seeing y'all right here, all of y'all have a rhythm when y'all walk. Like, whether y'all pay attention or not, when you walk, you have a rhythm, you have a way you move. To me, that's a beat. You know what I'm saying?
You real deep with it.
No, straight up, though. Like, I had brought this up the other day to my mans, but I don't know if y'all ever seen that episode of Family Guy where Stewie chases behind his brother Chris with the tuba because he's big and whatnot. There's a sound, for me, it's bounce. So when I'm walking, when I'm moving, when I go around, there's a beat that's in the back of my head and the way that I'm moving, and it just helps with the flow of life. Life is patterns. You know what I'm saying? So a beat is nothing but a pattern over and over and over again. So I see patterns, I hear patterns. I'm good with numbers, so everything just kind of syncs like that. If you know what I'm saying?
Okay, that's deep. I don't even know how to put that, but I just learned something. Like, you just taught me something. I never thought to look through life through music, but it makes sense because music, to me, is like a trend.
Yeah.
Like, music could make you think about something in the past while you in the present.
Definitely.
And it could change your whole attitude and energy. So I definitely can understand your point of view with that. All right, so I'm a back up. So you mentioned about comedians. So I always be on your Instagram. You always doing something funny. You would be up in the studio doing something funny. You would be like, where do you get your funniness comedian from? Like,
To be honest, I don't know. Everybody always asks. My brother was cutting my hair this morning, and he asked me, bro, how are we in the same family? How we come from the same mom? Like, don't get me wrong. He a silly too, but I guess I take it to a certain, you know what I'm saying, level with that. But he like, bro, you can't be my mother's child, bro. Like, because the way you be talking, what you be talking about, what you be doing, it don't make no sense. You stupid. You retarded. What you got going on? What you thinking about? And to be honest, I don't know. My mind is always going. But the reason I guess you could say I am like this because a lot of people actually didn't like it in a sense, you know, as a younger, you know what I'm saying? You always doing too much. You always, you know what I'm saying, extra. You whatever the case may be. And for a long time, I felt bad about that. Like I always, in a sense of trying to fit in. I lost that trying to fit in thing a long time ago, you know what I'm saying, which is why I am the way I am now. But like, I would think stuff is regular, you know, just the little silly stuff I'm doing, and people be like, you are extra. Like, calm down, go on somewhere, dude, you know what I'm saying? And it really, I used to really look at it like, man, I'm just being me, you know what I'm saying? And once I got over that mess, it was, I'm finna be me 110%, 300%, 400, 5,000. It's me, regardless. I noticed that certain artists, when they're themselves all the way, they go all the way to the top. You know what I'm saying? When they unapologetic, when people saw Cardi B talking about, yeah, I'm a stripper, I did this, I did all that stuff, well, it don't mean nothing. I'm still that mug, you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, okay, I feel it. As much as people talk about Drake being soft or whatever you want to call it, he's still him at the end of the day, and he's still one of the biggest rappers, top entertainers of all time. Jay-Z, same thing. I was talking about him having big lips, doing this, doing that. Or if you're yourself, all 1,000%, 1,000, because people, we all have these walls that we put up, you know what I'm saying? We all got to maneuver a certain way. When I see people being themselves 1,000% and they have a good understanding and a good concept of who they are, they go to the top. And I'm one of those people. And I know I'm going to get, I already see it. It's like, it ain't about if it's going to happen, it's when.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It reminds me of the saying, like the giant doesn't realize they the giant in the room. That's what made me think of that. Because going through that process of just being different, you don't realize, like, you a commodity. You got something that people can't buy.
Right.
People can't buy what you can do. So that's just a blessing. So what is a no? What type of artist you will not work with?
I never thought about that, to be honest with you. It's just more of like the when you come through the door and our first 15-minute interaction is really what like determines that.
So what in the 15? What make you realize like I don't even want their money?
The speech, what we're talking about, what they're concerned about, and how we go about it. Like there's some people who come in expecting me to treat them as a Jay-Z, as a president, as a Barack Obama, as
really?
a, you know what I'm saying? You're paying me this much to care for this much amount of time. To be honest, you know what I'm saying? And how can I put this? When people do that, I lose the care of investment. You know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, you feel like, if you're supposed to feel like that, by all means, big yourself up, but there's people who cause like irritating business, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, I don't even care to do whatever it is. I don't care how raw you is. I don't care how good you is. I don't care how much you suck. If you come through the door and I don't feel a vibe, and especially you doing extra and all that, you can go home. I don't care. I don't care if you're rich or famous. There's some things that, I'll sit there for and be like, okay, maybe it's just that little Hollywood, and we'll see how it goes. But if it get to a certain point where I'm holding my tongue, I'm not finna hold my tongue no more. The minute I feel like I'm holding my tongue, nah, this is a wrap. Everybody, gotta go, get out. I've had people come in. I had somebody come in for a session one time, and the dude was pretty famous at the time, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't know who he was. You know what I'm saying? He's famous in this world over here, you know what I'm saying? It's 6 of them. I set up the songs. I'm getting ready to figure everything out because somebody else booked the session for him. And I'm like, all right, so who's about to go in and rap? 3 of them go, the one and only. Who? I don't know none of y'all. To me, all of y'all is Lil Durrell. I don't know none of y'all. Y'all just there. So who finna go in the booth? And when I said that, they realized they calm that down. You know what I'm saying? They calm down all that the Hollywoodness of it. It's like, I don't know who you are, bro. I don't care. I'm talking to you like I'm gonna talk to him, like I'm gonna talk to him.
Yeah.
Go in the booth. You know what I'm saying? We gonna get it done. You came here. Your man's brought you here because he know I'm good with this. So and apparently you must be good too because she got you up in here. So let's go. Let's make it work.
Okay, have you been looking at anime? Have you had time to still watch it?
Not the newest stuff, I'll say that much. But which question?
What's the last one you looked at?
On some new stuff?
No, just what show go to?
My go-to is Yu Yu Hakusho. Like, that's old, but
I know, that's real old school.
But it's like when you listen to the old music. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nowadays, all the music is very clean. It's very high frequency, clear. You know what I'm saying? But that's not always good. When you hear the old music, you know why we play old music? Because we're hearing that static. We're hearing that thickness. We're hearing the mistakes, the human mistakes that made it. You know what I'm saying? That gave it the flair. They make us like it and whatnot. When you look at Yu Yu Hakusho, it's hand drawn, it's cell drawn. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to everything being on a computer, it's not as clean as everything. But because of that, and even the sound effects, it gives it a certain style and finesse, a certain punch, a certain crunch that you need. You know what I'm saying? You don't always want to have the cleanest, you know what I'm saying, sound, the cleanest, because you need the mud. You need it to actually have dynamics. You need to have dynamics in anything creative. You know what I'm saying? And Yu Yu Hakusho, that stays on rotation. Like, I might not even be watching it. It just might be on TV while I'm doing whatever in the room.
That's so deep. Yeah, because every time I came to the studio, some anime on.
It's just on in the background.
Anime
is Yu Yu Hakusho, Dragon Ball Z, of course, but that just sits in the back. I know that by heart. I just got into One Piece, but it's too many episodes.
I know. I ain't even get a chance to look at One Piece. I can't do it. And I ain't even looked at Naruto either. You
know what's funny? I started Naruto in high school. I stopped it and then got a little bit older, started peeping here and there. But by the time I got back into it, the world was deep into it, and I didn't even know what was going on. What you mean? Why he died? Who died? What you mean? What? Hold on. I got to go back. I can't even truly watch the whole thing. I have to go to certain fights to be like, oh,
yeah.
This
but
is
you know what? I think you'll like Demon Slayer.
And I started that too.
Demon Slayer is good.
Demon Slayer was decent from what I saw so far, and the reason I ain't double back, I seen a scene where the animation style just flipped on his head. Now, okay, I'm gonna have to peep this when I get some time or whatever, but. As far as watching anime recently, outside the ones that I already know to keep in the background, just to keep the creative juices going, I haven't actually sat down to watch the new any of this. Not even Dragon Ball Super. Not like I watched up to the new Dragon Ball Super, but like the movie that just came out and the other series they got with Dragon Ball. I used to keep up with all that stuff, but when it comes across, it'll come across, you know?
Yeah. So you ain't been drawing either, have you?
Oh, no, I've been drawing like crazy.
What? Okay, what you been drawing? Tell me what's...
I mean, I really been focused on a lot of my, how can I put this? Content. So when I do content, I build content. I don't just put it out as soon as I make it. Right. I might hold on something for a year, you know what I'm saying, 2 years. And what I've been doing is I'm actually working on a project right now. It's called The Last Player on Earth. I drew the whole the cover for it, and I drew different sprites and different GIFs and different animated movements to help along with once I release the project itself. So all the content that I made for it, anything I shot for, anything I've drawn for it, it'll all be rolled out in one, foul swoop. But I draw, basically, like I say, anything related to what I got going on as far as the Boy You Trippin' brand, the Trippy Frm Da Crib brand.
Yeah,
everything is just
nice.
ready to go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay, so let me talk about Nick Cannon. I seen you with Nick Cannon. You produced this album, right?
Yeah.
And did you ever go to Wild 'N Out? Did you?
No, I haven't been there yet. No, but I did get a record on Wild 'N Out. a couple times. You
What
know
was the
I'm saying?
record?
It's this. It's by Trey 23 and DW Flame out of L.A. out of Long Beach. It's called 710. That's a freeway in L.A. in Long Beach. Excuse me. And they're actually signed to Incredible. You know what I'm saying? And we made that song like two and a half, like about a year and a half ago. Yeah, about a year and a half ago. They just got it on season 17 or 18. I don't know, because they always shooting. You know, Wild 'N Out have been out forever and stuff, and they constantly shooting seasons at this point in time. But it's actually been on 2 seasons. And what's funny is it's a sample of John B. They Don't Know.
Oh, okay.
And the episode that the second time they went on, the episode that they had was the artist versus John B. So it was like, oh, so John B finna hear what I just did to his record. Okay, that's pretty hard. You know what I'm saying? But no, I haven't been to Wild 'N Out just yet though.
How was working with Nick Cannon?
It was pretty cool. Cool dude. He's exactly like you see him on TV. Exactly, he laid back, he chill. You know what I'm saying? He love people. He love helping out people.
You seen all his kids?
Nah.
That's like the highlight in the media right now.
Nah, I've only met like 2 of them and seen them. And you know, say I played with one. Golden. I played with him one time, and he was cool people, cool little kid. But other than that, no, I haven't really. You know, I don't get too deep into the man's. You know what I'm saying? Like it's really just because it's business at the end of the day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When you're there, your family. You know what I'm saying? But at the same token, it's business.
Yeah, true.
It's business all day.
So, before we get off the show, are you single?
Hell yeah.
Are you looking for someone?
Like straight up.
Any kids?
H now.
You been married before?
H now. Look.
Let me see.
This dream of mine is the wife. I've specific. So like I said, I've been doing this for since I was 15. No, since I was 13. I've been doing this, and I knew then if I don't get a high school sweetheart, like on some, this is the one I'm taking with me all the way. I don't see it happening no time soon. I'm gonna have to get up there.
You're gonna be one of them old sugar daddies. Then you're gonna get old, find you a
gonna
young
see
woman.
The gray dreads. I'm gonna have the Ron Isley busting with the beard. Oh, it's finna be so beautiful.
I know that's right.
What's the things called? Stingers? The things with just the 2 whips and look like a half motorcycle, whatever it's called. You gonna see whatever they get the new one, they get a floating one. I'm gonna be gone and I'm gonna be 70-something years old with a. I don't know how old she gonna be, but you know what I'm saying. It's gonna be something fine sitting right there. But far as today's terms is weird. I know I'm a very genuine. I'm a very honest person. I keep it $150, whether you like it or not. You know what I'm saying? I always have a no filter. You can come to me about anything, and the way today works, it's not like that with everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for real.
It's everybody got a hidden motive.
Especially. Well, no, don't let me say in Chicago, because it can happen anywhere.
It can happen anywhere, but Chicago's definitely
it's cutthroat.
You know what I'm saying? It's cutthroat out here. But I'm an honest person to the point of people could take advantage of that. People do take advantage of that. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to that whole relationship thing and the way, and especially the way that the mindset is between the internet and everything, it's like, Whew. I don't know about that.
All right. Well, thank you so much for tuning in to the L Podcast. Make sure you tune in to this episode. We drop episodes every Wednesday, and see you next week.
Soliciting and gambling.
Get down, little mama.